Tell me, just give me the wrap it up sign when I'm rambling.
No problem. Hello, this is Chala Dinkoy, CEO and founder of The Repositioning Expert. I'm here with another edition of my podcast, Naked Marketing, where we talk about our honest marketing mistakes. I have here my next guest, Nathan Stuck. Welcome, Nathan.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Glad to have you. I can see that you're a man of many interests behind you there.
That's my Georgia. I have 2 degrees from, well, Claire, you can see my 2 degrees from Georgia, but I teach a class there. So there is, and I live in Athens. So there is a lot of love for the University of Georgia happening in this room right now.
Very nice. Very nice. So tell us what the company does and who you guys help.
Yeah. So we are a Salesforce and MuleSoft partner. So we've been around a little over 7 years. I think our 7th birthday was July. So, and we literally, I'd say we have some verticals that we do more business than others in, but for the most part, we're anybody implementing Salesforce, that's getting those licenses and needs kind of the expert, because out of the box, it's kind of, what do I do with this? And so we're the partner that comes in and goes, okay, let's talk about your business. Let's talk about your needs. Let's talk about what you're trying to accomplish and kind of marrying the technology and the actual business process to make it work. And then obviously customizing the technology, building reports, building automation. And then we can do really complicated things too, where we're, pulling in other, legacy softwares and integrating things and making them all talk to each other. And so, yeah, I work with a lot of really smart people.
That's good. Now, who's the avatar? What's the size?
The size of the company, or
the size of your target client?
As we've grown, it's evolved. It was originally, I would say at the beginning, you're taking business, and you're also, because it's a very partner heavy channel, you're proving your worth to Salesforce. You're proving that you can get the job done. So they kind of like, let's see if if these guys know what they're doing. And so like we were doing, when I started 5 years ago, I remember, and I used to run operations, we were doing, 40, 50, 60 hour little smart starts. Hey, they got something. We're going to build some reports. We're going to pull in their data and we're done. And now we do a lot more of the medium to larger size businesses where we're doing a 2,000 to 3,000 hour implementation that's multi-cloud, that's Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, e-commerce. Like we've evolved, and obviously as we've grown, we've brought in more talent, and we kind of go where Salesforce needs us to go, because again, it is a very partner heavy channel, and as you do better, they will walk you into bigger and better deals. So
gotcha. So do you, and this is a marketing show, so this is perfect to ask, does Salesforce hand you the clients or introduce you?
It's a mix. It's a little bit of both. We have some pure hunters that are on our team, and then we also have we do have the partner channel where we have built relationships with some of their account executives, and they go, because at the end of the day, for them, there's a CLV formula going into it too, that if I'm going in and I've just, finally gotten somebody to, spend however much on Salesforce licenses and make this huge investment, and I see a roadmap to get them to purchase additional clouds as our relationship grows, I need this first implementation to go really well. So once, you deliver for an AE on some of their big accounts, and then you can help them also then sell the next product and really get in and go, okay, we can help build that relationship for the Salesforce AE. So once you do that and you prove your mettle, they tend to really like you and tend to try to, again, it's their quota, it's their, it's their numbers as well, that, if we do a good job, they're going to do a good job. So, and then we've focused a lot more this year also though on doing some more hunting versus just pure gathering. And, and then obviously then you get into a lot of, once we get them, it is important to keep them as clients and be their partner for, phase 2 and phase 3 and everything that comes after it. Because obviously we all know it's a lot easier to retain a customer than it is to go get a new one.
So what are some of the ways they're hunting? Obviously visibility and podcast. Here you are. That's one.
Yeah, a lot of them are, they're building more relationships with more of the AEs and kind of getting out into the partner network. But then, I mean, we're also leveraging some of our, beyond just like, the traditional cold call. It's we've partnered with the University of Georgia to put on a digital transformation symposium, where we're bringing in, director and above level attendees who want to take a 6-week course on everything you need to know about kind of a proper digital transformation. We're a B Corp. We talk about that a lot. I don't want to say it differentiates us in the marketplace, but we're very, very focused on, there's 5 tenets of being a B Corp, of actually certifying. So we're very focused on worker satisfaction. We believe happy workers, engaged workers are going to do more, going to do better, going to go above and beyond, and going to help us retain clients. Corporate governance is another section. So we're very transparent in everything we do. Environmental impact, community impact. We're out in the community a lot. I teach a class at the University of Georgia on sustainability. We have, I've guest lectured at Emory. And then through the B Corp, there's a lot of networking opportunities there too, where starting to add value and stay, or I'm trying to think of the word, be in the same pond, be in the same ocean as the other B Corps, because we all know what we went through and we all know what it means to us. So we have a newer sales account executive out in Colorado, and he's joined the board of Be Local Colorado. We have another one up in DC who's gotten involved with the organization up there. So just, I mean, separating ourselves and, thought pieces, thought leadership. We usually have a couple of people speak at Dreamforce every year. So really positioning ourselves as leaders, but not just in the technology space, but leaders in the, good corporate citizenship space as well.
The statistics for B2B sales post-COVID indicate that the sales rep is dead, because I think something like 70% of B2B buyers still want to do business online, whether it's purchasing or talking or whatever it is. So how has that affected you guys, if at all?
It's funny because I did sales for 3 years, and I thought I was way ahead of the curve back in the day when this is another lifetime of mine. And I was using LinkedIn in like 2009 to book meetings and everything. And now it's like, that's my entire inbox. It's just sometimes just really bad pitches or things that I would have no interest or need for given my role. But I think for us, it's just been being more innovative, thinking outside of the, like, my old job was, I had the little call sheet, 35 calls a day, boom, 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 C-suite calls, and you get hung up on and you book one meeting. And I think that the evolution of that, you're right, it is kind of dead. I think now it's like, how can you get out, and even, people, podcasts, authentic content, like how do you get out in front of people and sell them on who you are versus, who you are and who you serve versus we sell widgets. Like, I think building that relationship, and I think that's some of the problem even now with LinkedIn, is people kind of come at you with hey, I have this great thing, I'd love to set up a call. It's like, hey, we just connected, like add some value to my life, introduce me to somebody, comment on something, post something and insightful. Don't just like literally connect with me and immediately want a meeting. Like, why would I want to meet with you? I think that you're seeing that evolution to people, like people do business with people they like and that they want to do business with and they trust and they feel a sense of connection to. So I think that piece, is where we've kind of evolved, is knowing that you have to, even with the Salesforce days, you have to build those relationships. It doesn't just come. It takes intentionality and being strategic and showing up regularly.
That is true. So tell us about the big marketing mistake, the naked marketing truth moment. Tell us about that big marketing mistake you guys made.
For us, and I speak about this a lot. I did a webinar earlier this year called The Brand Sandwich. And it was all about integrating corporate culture, marketing, communications, all of that needs to mesh. And so we had a marketing agency owner from Lexington, owns a B Corp. We had a PR consultant. And then we had me, the kind of the culture, strategic impact guru. And the where you can get burned is when you say you're something, you say one thing externally and you do one thing internally. And the people that are going to call you out are going to be your employees first, because they're the ones that know it. They're the ones that are living this. So, we're actually in the middle of, I just got off a call where I announced, hey, we're rolling out our new employee survey. And we're launching it a little bit earlier this year to give me more time to get ready for 2022 versus December, where you're like, and then you're off for 2 weeks. So getting to the jux of like, what does it mean to work for us? What do we, what does it mean to be an employee of Advic? What do we provide for our clients? What is our value? What are we great at? What are we bad at? What can we improve on? And I think getting that sense from your employees first versus just assuming what they love about working for us, or just assuming that we know why our clients love us, of like keeping that ear to the ground is where you get some of that authenticity. And then and you think about that from not only a sales perspective, it all comes back to sales, but recruitment and retention, like we need to recruit people. We're in a market that is incredibly difficult to hire in, and there's just more jobs than there are certified Salesforce professionals. So to be able to recruit, it's like, let's figure out why our employees like working for us, and then use that as our marketing content for our recruiting team. And then same thing with our clients, keeping our ear to the ground. We have this huge customer excellence team. It's like constantly having that feedback, building those relationships with customers that can get you actual like truth and honesty and transparent and candid feedback of like, this is what our clients are valuing. Because then I think there's that weird overlap of like culture, marketing, and HR recruiting, where you're trying to figure out like that little sweet middle spot of how do we do this in a way that is authentic to what people are hearing, and then also authentic to what it is we want to be as a company. And then if there is a gap, just close it, figure out what you need to do to fix it.
That makes sense, Nathan. So tell us how we can reach you.
Yeah. So I'm on, Nathan.stuck@advic. We actually, because it's Advictorium Solutions, I won't make you spell Victorium because everybody wanted to put a U in it. And then other people wanted to go old, Great Britain in the 15th, Advictorian. So we're like, you know what? We're going to buy the domain advic.com. So it's now just advic.com. I'm Nathan.stuck@advic.com. And then I'm on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/Nathan A. Stuck.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being a guest.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's always exciting to talk a little B Corp, talk a little Advictorium, and talk a little Salesforce.